Hey peeps, it's Andercon. Or, this particular character happens to be Ranish Callisto. This is the second part of my Null Sec Survival run for Ouch, and I went ahead and ran myself back to 8G MQV, and if you look on the map, there's 8G, and GG78S is where I left you off, so I went from 8G down to GG78S and back. And now today I'm going to go to Doral, which is down here, and back. Actually, I'm going to go through Jorund here. And hopefully it'll be rather uneventful. I happen to be on an incredibly off time. It's somewhere around 3 a.m. But usually KQWHE's got like a gate camp of some sort. CL sometimes does. RMOC sometimes does. But I don't think they're running right now. So hopefully I can run through this whole entire thing without any hiccups whatsoever. Oh, I forgot. I need to set my route. Let's just go to Hemen. Actually, let's go to Jorl. Stick a waypoint there, and then another waypoint back to Doral. Alright, so I haven't got much to go through. KQE, Harmok, and Hemen, Jorund, Doral. Okay, that all looks good. So, I'm all alone, forever alone in this system. Nothing going on here. So let's go ahead and check out the CL85V gate. Let's see if I got an attack. AUG. Yes, I do. Off-grid tactical. Anyway, I forgot to mention how you make a tactical. Well, an off-grid tactical is basically a bookmark that's really close by, but with still several thousand at least kilometers away. But a regular tactical is made quite a bit differently. Basically, a regular tactical, you start out at one of these safe spots, preferably, that's unaligned. That way you don't accidentally drop yourself into a bubble. And you warp to the gate you're after at 100. Like, say, over here, once I'm done warping, I should have the option to warp within 100 kilometers. Alright, when you do that, you drop a bookmark. Then you warp back to your unaligned, and then you warp back to the bookmark at 100. So let's just say I can select any of these bookmarks and warp 100 kilometers away from any of those. Then you drop a new bookmark, and that's the one you want to keep, and you throw away the first one you made. And that's a tactical on a gate. And you can name it whatever you want. This is just the way I happen to be naming all this stuff. Works for me. There's a bunch of different naming conventions and stuff, suggested ones you can find sitting around. And I found this one a couple years ago. I don't remember where I found it whatsoever, and pretty much I had to go back and relearn how to use it a couple days ago. But it works pretty good for me. SS is my safe spots, TAC is my tactical bookmarks for any kind of thing, and in this particular case, gate. I'd also put one for like a structure of some sort. I'd name it something else besides gate. TACO G is my off-grid tactical, and it's for a gate in this case, so I have the name gate and the kind of gate it is. And of course, for the regular tacs, I got the at symbol and the number of kilometers away. And I always try to make these, like if I got more than one on one gate, like this right here, I try to make them so you can jump between them. You need to be at least, I think, 150 kilometers between each bookmark to jump them. Alright, so I'm in CL85V, and it is pretty much dead. That's pretty good news. I even got some other stuff in this area. Bookmark, so just go ahead and hit this one. So, pretty well dead tonight, and that's definitely good news. But to be honest, the next time I make videos is probably going to be a bit more exciting. If I'm allowed, which I hopefully am, I'll be able to make some videos on, with my corporation, Ouch. Oh, just killed a sneeze there, that's good news. I'll be making some videos, at least one video, where we're at a gate camp. We're going to catch some stuff, kill some stuff, and it shall be fun. But that's probably not going to be until like next week. Maybe Monday or Tuesday or something. Because I got other things to do. So, there's KQWHE, and let's see, this is a long ways away, so let me just go to an off-grid tactical on that thing. Because even if there's nobody in the system, people usually leave their their catch bubbles, warp disruption bubbles sitting around. Nobody shoots it down, it could be there forever. Don't really want to get stuck on one of those. If you never heard of a warp disruption bubble, basically it'll stop you from it'll stop you short of wherever you're warping if it's between you and wherever it's warping, or wherever you're warping. So let's just say somebody's got one in front of a gate and it's between, say, two different gates, and you jump from this gate to that gate. You would get stuck in it and would probably be 75 kilometers or maybe even more short. And if you're in the middle of the thing, you wouldn't be able to warp yourself out until you got yourself out of it. Usually in the meantime, if there's people around, they like to shoot the crap out of you. And that's usually how a lot of people kick the bucket out here. Alright, so KQWHE is pretty well dead, so I'm just going to, I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing around here at all. Nobody to worry about, no warp disruption bubbles. I'm going to jump right to it this time. So also, if you put your warp disruption bubble behind the gate, you can actually pull people away from the gate. Look, they'll overshoot their target and end up in the warp disruption bubble again. And that's also a good tactic if you want to happen to be pew-pewing the crap out of somebody. But you can only put those things in, I think you can only put them in 0-0 space. Nullsec. I don't think you can put them in any security space at all. But, you know, they can be fun if you particularly like to pew-pew. Alright, KQWHE. I think the last time I walked through this gate, there was like 20 people on the other side. And believe it or not, there's a warp disruption bubble right nearby, and a person. Of course, they're just kind of sitting there in a pod, and they can't do shit. But there's my warp disruption bubble, and I've got to make sure I don't accidentally throw myself into it. So let's go ahead and... Oh, there's a friendly here. Let's see if I got a planet nearby. Well, this is moon. Okay, this will work. Pretty much I'm just making sure I jump somewhere that is not towards that warp disruption bubble. I probably got bookmarks nearby, and that actually might be a catch. Like, this might be behind the gate instead of in front. I can't tell. But just to be safe, I'm going to make sure I jump somewhere that isn't in line with that so I don't get caught. So that was a pretty simple and easy gate, and you got, like, I think about a minute to figure out what you want to do when you jump into a gate. And I think it was just a friendly sitting there anyway, so it wouldn't really matter. I mean, look, I got blue marks all over the place, and I think my own friendly people to the corporation, ouch, tend to frequent KQWHE pretty much. Okay, well, anyway, I'm nearby a planet. Fortunately, there's nothing else here. And I don't really want to stay by planet for any time at all if I can help it. So I'll just go ahead and jump to an unaligned. So those bubbles are nasty things. What's even worse is an interdictor sphere. Of course, you need an interdictor ship. Now those things, they might not even have a bubble. Like, for instance, you got a ship nearby, you jump through a gate, there's nothing except just a ship sitting there, and you think you're safe. As soon as you try to jump off, he throws up his bubble and you're stuck into it. Basically, it's a mobile instant bubble from a ship. And that's some pretty nasty work. Those things are pure hell. Usually if you see one of those at the gate you just came out of, you want to turn around and run back for your gate. Go back! Put it back in! Alright, so I need to go to Armach W. Let's see, I got some tax over here for it. I got an Aura off-grid. Yes I do. Check that one first.
Warp drive active.
I wonder if there's ever, like, I wonder if such a thing happens that you got two competing groups in the same system camping different gates. I'm sure it happens somewhere, but I'm rather doubtful if it would happen for very long. So it's probably nothing to ever worry about too much. Usually, like, one big group will control the system and hunt down the other one if somebody else comes in anyway. So I probably don't have anything to worry about from this particular gate. But just in case somebody happened to throw up, there's a Federation Navy Common nearby. Alright, what is that anyway? Oh, some nasty looking ship. Alright. Well, what does this thing do anyway? Pretty much just shoot you. Nothing too special, that's good news. Where am I in comparison? 9 AU away. Nobody's trying to scam me down. That's good news. Let's check to see if this comet is at this gate. I think he is. Unless I got more than one gate here. I do. He was most likely at the gate I'm after, except he just left. Ah, good news. Just seen somebody's name drop off. Alright, well, that's good news. The only thing is, the other end of this gate could be camped, because that very well could have been either a scout or maybe just somebody passing through. Armok W, eh? Let's go check this one out. Hopefully not get pew-pewed on the other side. So, I mentioned before I'm wanting to go into wormholes and do some stuff. There's a lot of different things you can do in a wormhole. There's also 0-0 space, if you're interested in that. To be honest, it's debatable whether there's more to do in 0-0 than wormhole space, but I think it has a lot more to do with the scale. If you are just a small corporation, you might be able to get more out of wormhole space. If you're a huge corporation or part of a huge alliance, then you might be able to get more out of 0-0 with sovereignty and stuff. But, you know, if I'm just like with a couple people, or even say 20 or less or something, it's probably better off just throwing myself in wormhole space. So, besides, I've been researching the the structures and stuff quite a bit, and I honestly find it very interesting. Also, planetary interaction and stuff. I got a little bit of skill on that, buried in here somewhere, not much, just... Actually, I won't have almost no skill on it. But I played with it a couple years ago or so when it first came out, or maybe it was even further back. But I hadn't touched it since. But you can actually get a good bit of money off of planetary interaction. Pretty much just like mining resources from a planet. Alright, well, that's good news. I somehow accidentally closed my D-scan. And there's nothing nearby. There's that Federation Navy comet right on my butt. 16 kilometers. He's cloaked. Well, shit. Let me get my safe spot. Hopefully I can get out of here without getting scrammed. Even if I do, I got two warp stabilizers. Oh, he's friendly anyway. What the hell's up with you, PvP? Alright, well I guess PvP doesn't show friendlies. Well then, nothing to worry about. Well, that's one good thing about Ouch. Actually, I got mentioned a couple days ago that I don't think are going to do it, but it would be interesting at least if the students, when they were doing their nullsec run, and Ouch were kicked from the corporation while they did it, and then got hunted by the our Ouch people. It'd make it really hard to get through that last system, and this system probably. There's usually a lot of people from Ouch and various friendly corporations to Ouch out here, pew-pewing the crap out of stuff. So, here I got Himmin, and it's out of scanning range, so I gotta check it. Well, let's see if I have anything to check it from. This one will do. That should be close enough. Varden's Grip, interesting name. Anyway, I've been kicking around names. I'm probably not going to be able to start a corporation of my own right away at all. It might even be a month or two. But I've been kicking around names for it anyway. Just silly stuff. I'd have to see if they're actually in here or not. I can't remember all the funny ones. But we can figure something else out later. Eamon is pretty close by now. Alright. There's a Tristan nearby. Who knows if it's this way. Let me point out that a little closer. Nope, no Tristan there. That's good news. Alright, and he completely left entirely. Alright. Himmin, eh? Let's go ahead and jump to Himmin. Tech. Himmin. Is this right? KQEWHE? Yes, this is my correct tech. It can be harrowing and nervous jumping through these systems. I got... there's only one other person here I'd have to worry about anyway. So anyway, this was the system I was actually worried about. This is, in my opinion, one of those big systems, the particular system along this route that ends up with a lot of people shooting you down. But, I guess I'm good to go tonight. Everybody went to bed. It is like 3:30 or something at night. Boy, my sleep schedule's all jacked up. Wow, there is quite a few little craps on this. A bunch of rats on this gate. There we go. Get through this gate just fine.
Active.
So they've been actually doing a lot of little things, fixes and stuff to Eve lately. I just read a post today about a bunch of stuff they were working on for the player-owned structure, the POSs, and that's going to be useful for when I do happen to end up in a wormhole since we use this so heavily. I mentioned some of it yesterday, or actually not yesterday, the last video. That was like a half hour ago. Jurand, where am I? There's almost nobody here, first of all. Nothing nearby. Himmy. I need this gate here. Anyway, let's go ahead and look on the map, see where I'm at. So I just went from 8G through CL, KQE, Darmok. I'm currently in Himmen. I'm going to go to Juron and Doro, take my screenshot there, and then run back to, I think it's CL. Let's see. Yep, CL. And then we shall be good to go. And then I'll be done. Then I can go and do the training modules I gotta do. I only got 2 more to do. And then I gotta work on getting about, I think, at least 10 kills or so out in 0-0, and then I'll be graduated from Ouch and I can go onto Wormhole Corp or something. Alright, well, we got 1 mobile warp disruptor 2. So it does mean I'm gonna scan this gate down directly. There's not at this gate. Okay then. I wonder where it is. Probably out here or something. Yep, there it is. It's at that station, or one of these 2 stations. They're right on top of each other. Alright, well, El Durag, I ain't gonna worry about you since you're not particularly out in this general direction. I'm just gonna jump to this one directly. And because I actually remember this time, I'm going to hit the Joron set of tabs, because I keep on forgetting. Alright, well, let's see. There's actually a station I got a dock for. There's some tacticals. So this is an instant undock bookmark I got for a station. If you're not familiar with that, basically an instant undock allows you to dock with a station. Well, when you undock from that station, whichever one you're in, there's usually a bit of a delay before you can jump or anything, or you'd have to align to something, and that would cause some delay to wherever you happen to be going. So an instant undock allows you to pretty much instantly jump into warp right in front of the station, get away from the station, and therefore out of PvP range, and you get to pretty much save your butt if somebody is nearby. Well, I got somebody somewhere nearby, but they're not right on top of me, so let's go ahead and get to it unaligned while I figure out what I'm doing. I hadn't been in this system for a day or 2. Alright, well, I'm out there. I'm going that way. So, we got some bookmarks. Okay, I went to 4, which is this one. That's close enough to scan that, so... Alright, what we got out here? Same crap. Okay, look at this. Scoop that down. We got an Ishkur out there. I also got a site sitting around right in the way. Like if you looked on the map, it's actually not in the way at all. Well then, I pretty much have an Ishkur either at Jurund planet, or one of the moons around Jurund, if there is any. Might not be any. Or he's sitting at the gate, which is more likely. Alright, well, he just left. Okay. Must be passer through. Alright, on to Doro. Attack at the gate for 200.
Warp drive active.
So, I got some skills training up. There's electronic upgrades to, well, whatever, level 5. Trying to get a hold of some covert ops, I think. Let's see, I wanted to get into Helios soon, which I'm pretty close by. I don't have much left to do. I'll be done in 21 hours, and then I just gotta spend 39 minutes on that, and I can have my Helios. That'll be fun. That way I can run around cloaked. Don't have to uncloak just to warp. But I don't really need that in 00. And while I'm actually a part of this corporation, the only thing you can fly is your
Warp
T1
drive
frigate.
active.
And when you're out in this particular area. When you're in high sec, they don't care. But just so they keep expensive stuff off the kill mails, they like to only run cheap stuff out in the dangerous locations. Well, see what's on the other end. Alright, well, hopefully nothing. This is the last. Oh, well then. Gas guzzler. Okay, well, there's a mobile small warp disruptor right there. I gotta change my stuff here. I'm going to jump to a moon if I can. This one out there. Then 30.
Warp drive
Alright, let's see if this guy
active.
tries to grab me. Probably can't, because, like, this particular ship, I'm, like, warped almost as soon as I lose my invulnerability and cloak off of that gate. So he probably tried to grab me. Maybe. But couldn't do it in time. I didn't even see any locking going on over there. But pretty much, you know, if I hadn't mentioned it before, the only reason why I happened to have jumped to a moon or something instead of a bookmark here is because right offhand, I don't know exactly where these bookmarks are. I really wish I could have an overview for bookmarks that, you know, I could see where they're at. And I could click on one and it could tell me, you know, show me if it's over there or over there real quick. Because you never know, one of my bookmarks might be right on the other side of that warp disruptor bubble. I don't know. Not without whipping out F10, which would take too long, figuring out which direction I'm looking, and all sorts of other mess, and by then I might be out of time. So, at least for convenience sake, if I end up with a warp disruption bubble on the gate I'm at, I'm wanting to jump to something else besides one of my saves, or any of my bookmarks. I don't know if that's a good policy or not, but my particular reasoning says that's probably a good idea. Alright, so we're almost done with this whole entire thing. I just have to whip out my fitting window here. Whip out the time. I'm going to whip out the date too. Don't need to, but whatever. Take a screenshot. And then I have one more screenshot to go. And while I'm at it, I might as well show you why I have a Mega Warp drives sitting on here. There's a specific trick you can do if you happen to have a cloaking device and a micro warp drive. But I'll do that when I jump through this next gate. So I gotta go ahead and set up my route here again. And I'm gonna add a waypoint to Joran so it doesn't have me going through Utopia, which I don't have bookmarks for. And have a waypoint for CL. Alright, because CL is my last location. Alright, everything looks good. And I got all my same bookmarks open because I don't have to worry about it. Now here's the other thing you hear. I know there's a guy at that gate and there's a mobile warp disruptor. If I jump from one of these other gates straight up to that other gate over there, there's a good chance I get caught in that bubble. I don't want that. So also to make sure I don't get caught in it, I'm going to look around real quick, just see if I can figure out some idea of where it could be. So there's a Joran gate there. There's also a Utopia gate there. It's most likely coming from the Zendaya gate. And if I warp in from here on the gate, actually even where I'm at would probably be fine, but I'm going to do it just to be safe from this strange angle. Because if I jump from gate to gate right there, I'd probably get caught in the warp disruptor bubble. If I jump from some weird angle like this one right here, it's way different, and I probably won't ever get caught in that bubble. The only thing is, I don't know how close and what direction this other gate is, because it might be just happen to be between us. Can't tell, but I think it's on the far side. I really can't tell at all. It's almost impossible to tell. But other than that, my tacticals will probably save my butt. So this is probably a little bit unnecessary, especially since I'm not jumping straight to it. Fortunately, whoever was there might have just left. Let's just take a look. Whoa. What the hell's this? Oh, somebody left a bunch of like mining vessels or some crap out here. Nope, these are destroyers. They're just sitting there. They must be around somebody's. Wow, there's a bunch of stuff out here. It's probably all stuff sitting around somebody's POS. That's my guess. I don't have a very straight shot here, do I? Alright, well, anyway, there's Joran Gate. I know that there's a warp disruption bubble. There's only one other person around. I'm just gonna have to chance it. Attack. Joran Gate 200. And even if they're still sitting there, if they're close by, I'll probably be just fine. Like if they're like right near the gate. Because it'd take a while for them to be able to get to me if I'm at 200 or more kilometers away from them. And I could probably just jump right into the gate in the meantime anyway, because they probably couldn't catch me. Somebody else came in. They probably came in right here. There's nobody here, unless they're cloaked. But, alright, well, anyway, fortunately, like I said, I'm in a strange angle compared to the gate and the mobile warp disruptor, so completely missed that. Whoa. That actually came in a little closer than I wanted it to, but I'm fine. Promote there. Thought it was going to throw me in it. Oh well. I thought it was way off to the side of it. Okay, well, here's Hemin. There's nothing here. And I gotta hit the Hemin. Actually, I'm in Joran, not Hemin. There's Joran. Okay, I don't remember what was in the system, so I'm just going to jump to a safe for the moment, get out of the way from the gate. That's death, deadly place to stick around, a gate. Jeez. So I'm going to Hemin. I'm going away from Hemin. Anyway, there are no warp bubbles near Hemin. Hemigate. So I don't got to worry about that. So I can just jump straight to the tech at 200. Alright, well anyway, the rest of this video is probably just going to be me jumping back, which isn't going to be me doing anything important at all.
Warp drive active.
So anyway, if you are new to EVE Online, there's probably a couple different corporations you might want to try out if you want to learn. Like, Ouch, Open University for Celestial Hardship is the one I'm in. It's PvP centric. So besides Ouch, they pretty much concentrate on PvP and surviving in nullsec. If you want another corporation that'll teach you a lot of good stuff, there's EVE University, E-Uni, and it's a great place. I was actually part of them for a while too. As long as they're not war decked, it's a decent place to be. If they are war decked, I don't recommend it. Wait till the war's over, because they got some weird practices in place. If they're under war, they tell everybody just sit in the station forever, and they'll hold their classes in the station, and it's just boring. But if they're not under war, then they'll go out in fleets and go do all sorts of neat stuff. There's classes on almost everything in the game, and they're very well done. And nowadays, actually, you don't even have to be a part of EVE Uni to have the classes anymore. They will do them for anybody now. Well, I am completely alone.
Warp drive active.
Hopefully I don't end up in a bubble. That thing's a ways away. Well, let's just see. If I happen in a bubble, which I don't think there was one here, then that'll be interesting for me to get the hell out. But anyway, so nowadays you don't have to be a part of EVE Uni to attend their general classes, but you probably would to get into their fleets and stuff. EVE University also has a wormhole division now. I'm considering joining that, but I don't know for sure if I want to or not. I honestly could probably learn most of the stuff I'd really need to know about wormholes on my own or without. But that's just because I'm really good at looking stuff up. Shortly, I'm probably going to, well, when I happen into a wormhole more permanently, I'm going to probably play a lot with the PI. But that's for later. So, anything on this side? Oh yeah, I was going to show you a trick. I gotta do that. So I'm going to Armok. There's my Armok bookmarks. A bunch of rats here. There's not too many people around. There's nothing else going on here. However, let's just say that you warped in and there was a bunch of people around. There's a trick here. So I'm going to align to this first bookmark, immediately turn on my cloak, which I did with a button here, and hit my micro warp drive, and then turn it back off, which I also did with a button here. And then as soon as that's done, which is about now, warp. Okay, and what I just did there is as soon as this was about done, I turned off my prototype cloaking device and told this thing to warp. So that's a little trick if you got a slower ship. It'll keep you in cloak until you're warped. There's only like a very short, like quarter of a second or less that anybody could try to lock on to you. And it's really not a problem. And of course, if you're in a huge ass ship, it might be a little bit longer delay than that. But it's often a really good strategy for taking like an Iteron 5 or something and basically turning it into a cheap blockade runner just by using the trick. So I'm going to KQE. So there's probably not much going on here. There was somebody here at this gate last time, but it was friendly, I think. Or maybe it was that pod. It was a pod. Some guy in a pod sitting over there. Which I don't really care about. He's just watching. A lot of people will just stick their some spy at a gate just to keep an eyeball on it. Some of them are so cheap they just have a pod sitting there instead of a ship and a cloaking device. There's a couple people, there's a couple characters around in these systems that do that. One of them was even known for doing it. I ran into him the other day. There's nothing here today. That's pretty good. And I just need one more jump, then I'll be done with my run. That'll be quite nice. Then I can do something a little bit more interesting next time. KQE. KQWHE. I kind of wish all these had proper names instead of these weird symbolized wonky ass names for systems and stuff. But I suppose there's so many different systems in this game, they forgot or didn't think of names after a while. So CL gates. I am in the system. There's a lot of people here, so I'm going to double check, make sure they didn't throw up a
Warp drive active.
bubble or a camp at this gate, which probably isn't a problem. Could even be the friendly camp. Like last time, 20-some ships sitting there. Like, oh god, oh they're friendly. All right, nothing to worry about. Still felt like they were going to shoot at me. I actually wanted to put more tacticals at this particular gate. Actually, do I have any techs? Oh, okay, here they are. CL techs. Okay, let me just look at this one real quick. Well, there's nothing else around. Yes, there's a mobile small warp disruptor here. Alright, well, I gotta get around that. So, where I'm at now is ill-advised. Let's see, where else have we got gates? Got one there, there. This is a tough system to get out of that spot. So I'm going to warp to this one. It might just miss the... yeah, that'll probably miss a warp disruptor bubble, whether it's coming from that gate or that gate. I don't remember which one it would actually be coming from. It even might be a pole. You never know, I might get stuck in this gate. But we'll see very shortly. But I got tacks. Theoretically, if I jump to one of these tacticals, I should be okay. But you just never know. It's hard to say what trajectory these things are sitting on. Alright, let's give this one a shot. Let's see what happens. It's a CL tac, 215. I'm going to warp to this one at 20 because I felt like it. Alright. Well, at least there's no ships over there, unless they're cloaked. Oh god. Well then. Look at this one. Nothing there. Come on, calibrate. There we go. So at least there's no ship unless they're cloaked. Hopefully there's no ships. And should be good. let's see. Okay. Alright, I guess I'm good. It's on some funky side. Well, I better go ahead and jump through it before somebody else shows up.
Warp drive active.
You don't really need much skills to put up one of these mobile small warp disruptors. I think you only need like anchor 1 or 2 or maybe 3, I don't remember. Pretty easy to train for that kind of thing. Nothing special you need. Just need to buy a warp disruptor mobile thingy. Then deploy it, anchor it, whatever. I actually never did one. I might do that later. Alright, so I'm in CL, and I need to hit AG, and there's almost nobody here. So I'll just go straight to AG gate.
Warp drive.
I know what to be done. So, to be honest, if you do run around in low sec and 0, like this, with all these nice bookmarks, it can be relatively safe. Yes, you'll still get popped from time to time jumping through a gate, but it happens. Usually if you use your tools, for instance, this dot land right here, and if you go to, let's just say you can right click on this thingy and look at the kills right here. This should be for the last recorded hour, but who knows how often it updates. And if it's nothing, you're probably safe. If there's a bunch of them, there's probably a gate camp going on. Also, you can go to System here, hit Kills, and it'll tell you specifically last kills. And there haven't been any kills in that system for quite a few hours, considering the time. And it'll probably keep track of the last, looks like 2 days worth of kills in that particular system. I guess it was kind of empty, dead, middle of the week. This is, what is today? Wednesday? Yeah. Hump day. So, what the hell? Interesting. Okay, well, anyway. I'm in CL85V. Is this where I'm actually supposed to be? Did I jump to a gate? Attack on a gate. BG. Actually, I'm straight on the tack, ain't I? I think I need to go here and take my bookmark, because I think I'm where I need to be. Let's look. CL85V. That's where I need to be. Good. Alrighty, well, let me just take my fitting up there. Finish my time. Don't mind the training schedule. Alright, there's my open calendar. My screenshot. And we're good to go. So peeps, hope you enjoyed. And I pretty much just completed the Null Sec survival run with pretty much no hitch. Luckier than that last guy. So somebody got potted like 3 days ago doing this. Well, catch you next time. And here's the crap that can happen. Let's say I'm dead meat. Got interdicted by somebody. And I'm probably going to die. Yep. I'm dead. Well then. See, shit can still happen. Crap. Oh well, at least I had a clone nearby where I actually wanted to get to. So I was actually on my way to Berta. And this is one system past Doral. And had an interdictor there. Well, shit. Damn. Well, first things first, make a new clone. Let's see, I need to create clone. And I'm going to make one for somewhere around probably this, because I'll probably die again. Well, there we go. Quick and easy way to get out of 0, 0. Get yourself blown up. Shit. Shit happens. Well, peeps, hope you enjoyed. Catch you later.